2021 is set to be a big year for horror movie lovers, and on today's list I'll be covering 10 more of the most anticipated scary movies of the year. Starting off this list in our number 10 spot, we have There's Someone Inside Your House. This movie is based off of the book with the same title by Stephanie Perkins. It follows a transfer student named McCanny Young who finds herself caught up in the middle of a gruesome situation in her new town. Her new high school finds themselves the target of a masked assailant who not only kills her peers, but also exposes all of their secrets on the internet. It is up to McCanny and her newfound friends to figure out how to keep everyone safe. This slasher film is directed by Patrick Bryce and is said to be released on Netflix sometime in 2021. But before I dive into this one, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying the video so far, because it really helps us out. Moving on to number 9, we have Escape Room 2. This sequel to the first was announced to be in development in 2019 and will star Taylor Russell and Logan Miller, who, spoiler alert, are the pair that survived the first movie. The movie is said to pick up where the first one left off. There hasn't been a ton released about what plot the movie will follow, but I'm sure it will include tons of clever traps and probably follow suit of the first with some gruesome kill scenes. This movie was supposed to be released in January, but has been pushed back for a later 2021 release date that is yet to be announced. I hope this sequel sees some revenge brought to the game master. Moving on, in our number 8 spot we have Paranormal Activity 7. The 6th Paranormal Activity was supposed to be the last installment of the series, but luckily they are back and bringing us a 7th movie. The official title has yet to be released, but it is said that Chris Landon will be working on the film in some capacity. Chris wrote the 2nd to 5th movies and also directed the 5th movie. While the role he is playing in the film's development is unclear, Chris obviously did a fantastic job with the previous movies he worked on, so it's no doubt that this 7th movie will not disappoint. The plot for this new movie has not been released as of yet, but I'm sure it will follow the same sort of found footage style that we've seen before. The movie is set to be released on March 19th, so there's not too much longer of a wait until we get to see it for ourselves. In our number 7 spot today we have Antlers. Antlers is a new movie being produced by movie legend Guillermo del Toro. The movie is based on the short story The Quiet Boy by Nick Ancosta. This movie will follow Julia Meadows, who will be played by Carrie Russell, and her brother Paul, who will be played by Jesse Plemons. Julia is a school teacher, and a young boy at her school named Lucas is harboring a huge secret. Julia and Paul try to look out for Lucas as he is hiding a supernatural creature in his house. Guillermo is known for making some of the most iconic movie monsters of all time, so it's no doubt that this movie is going to look spectacular. Antlers was originally supposed to be released in 2020, but then was pushed back to February of 2021. It is unclear if the February release date still stands, but it should be seen sometime this year. In our number 6 spot today we have Wrong Turn: The Foundation. Wrong Turn is actually the 7th movie in its series, but is a reboot of one of the originals from 2003. This new movie is a co-production between the US, Germany, and Canada, and is set to be released on January 26th. The movie follows a group of friends who are hiking the Appalachian Trail, but this fun excursion quickly turns frightening. They end up being hunted by an isolated community of people who have survived living in the mountains for hundreds of years, called the Foundation. The Foundation doesn't take too kindly to the outsiders coming into their territory, and, well, you can probably guess the rest. This new movie is written by Alan B. McElroy, who also wrote the original 2003 movie. On December 16th, 2020, it was announced that the movie will play in American theaters on the 26th, but only for one night. In our number 5 spot today we have Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, you guys asked in the comments of part 1 of this video, and I listened. Five Nights at Freddy's is a new movie coming out based on the popular horror video game with the same name. The movie will follow a man who starts a security job at the restaurant Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. After starting this new job, he comes to find the animatronic mascots of the restaurant move at night and kill anyone they come across. This movie is highly anticipated by horror movie and video game lovers alike. The movie has been in the works for a few years and has been delayed a few times. Most recently when creator Scott Cawthon decided to rework the original script. Something definitely needs to be said for their commitment to delivering the best movie they can. The release date is still unknown, but hopefully we will be seeing it by the end of the year. In our number 4 spot today we have A Head Full of Ghosts. A Head Full of Ghosts is a film coming out that is based on the book with the same title by Paul Tremblay. The movie is said to be about a woman who is recounting the horrific events that happened in her childhood home 20 years after they occurred. She tells the story of what really happened before her family was destroyed due to an illness her sister had as a teenager. The original book seems to have been pretty frightening, as it has a review from Stephen King himself that reads, "Scared the living hell out of me, and I'm pretty hard to scare." Hopefully the movie gives the same kind of reaction as the book. I can't wait to check this one out once it is released. In our number 3 spot today we have NOSFERATU. This movie is a reboot of the original 1922 movie. There hasn't been a ton of details released about how similar the movie will be to the original silent film, but it is said that a green screen will be utilized to add the new actors into the original environment. The new movie is directed by Robert Eggers, who brought us The Lighthouse and The Witch. Apparently NOSFERATU will be a movie of his that appeals to a wider audience because his past movies, while amazing, haven't been for everyone. The original movie is about a Dracula-style vampire, but this new adaptation will combine vampire folklore with occultist vampire theories and literary vampires. This is definitely one that I am super excited to see, as Robert has an amazing ability to really transport the viewer into the world that he creates. It will be very interesting to see what he does with this famous flick. In our number 2 spot today we have Dark Harvest. Dark Harvest is a movie that is said to take place on Halloween in 1963. It focuses on the October Boy, who's also known as Hacksaw Face or Sawtooth Jack, the monster who rises from the cornfields every Halloween to roam the streets armed with a butcher knife. In the town, it is ritual for groups of teenage boys to set out to confront and try and defeat the legendary character. Pete McCormick sees this as an opportunity to escape his small hometown and sets out to defeat October Boy, but is putting his life on the line really worth it? The movie is set to be released on September 24th, and I honestly cannot wait. In our number 1 spot today we have ABRUPTIO. This movie is going to be unlike any others that we have seen before. The movie is a puppet animated horror film that uses realistic lifelike hand puppets in actual real settings. No CGI, no prosthetic makeup. The movie follows Les Hackle, who is played by James Marsters, as he wakes up and finds an explosive device around his neck. He must carry out a list of atrocious crimes in order to try and stay alive, while also trying to figure out who is the madman behind this crazy plan. The movie will also feature late actor Sig Haig in his final film. I'm extremely excited to see what they have come up with for this film. It is set to be released later this year on an undisclosed streaming service, so we'll have to make sure to keep our eyes peeled for when those announcements come. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thank you so much for checking it out. I've been your host, Olivia Kozlowski, and I'll see you next time!